Hello, iPhone fans and possibly haters that want to tell me about how their smartphone is better than the iPhone, but really, I don't care. What I do care about is teaching you guys how to make some cool iPhone or iPod Touch backgrounds right here. Hello there, Internet. I am Christopher Chaos, and this is my iPhone show, the show that is created completely by using my iPhone, filmed and edited, but of course not uploaded because then it would be in HD. But anyways, I'm here to show you guys how to make some cool custom backgrounds for your iPhone or iPod Touch. Okay, so I'm going to go through some steps to do for you to be able to create some cool backgrounds. Now, first thing you need to know is you need Photoshop. I don't know if there's any other programs that might work as well, but preferably Photoshop because that's what I'll be using in this video to show you guys how to make some. And it also helps for you to have a little bit of knowledge of Photoshop and how to use it to be able to really create these things. It's really not going to work if you really have no idea how to use Photoshop. But of course, if you have no idea how to use Photoshop or whatever, stick around for the end of the video and I'll give you guys a little link for some cool ones. Okay, to start it off, you're going to need a template, basically, so you can see where the apps are positioned and everything, so you can kind of work around them to create your custom background. So I brought up the old 3G to kind of demonstrate how you can do a template. Now, as what you're going to do is you're going to do a screenshot. If you don't already know how to do a screenshot, this will show you how to do it. All you got to do is you can either hold down the home button and or hold down the power button, hit the home button, or hold down the home button, hit the power button. I'm going to hold down the power button, hit the home, oops, hit the ringer too, but basically, it kind of flashes and does the camera thing. You can do it the opposite way. Hold down the home button, hit the power button, and that takes a screenshot. So then all you have to do is go into your photos, go into your camera roll, and there you go. You've got a screenshot of your background. And then all you got to do is email it to yourself. And that'll give you a template to be able to throw into Photoshop so you can see where the layout is of all the apps and everything. Now, from the iPhone 4, you need to make sure when you go to email it to yourself to choose actual size. That way it's actual size when it comes into your computer for using it on Photoshop. Okay, so now you've done your screenshot, you've emailed it to yourself, you downloaded it, it comes down as probably a PNG file, and you're going to go ahead and take that PNG file and drag that into Photoshop. So then, bam, you got a big version of your background screen for your iPhone, and now you can use this for creating your template. Some of you guys out there who are probably really good with Photoshop and stuff like that probably have a better way of doing this, but this is basically just my way of doing it. If you have a better way of doing it, post a video, leave comments down below, maybe give some tips on some of the viewers of some maybe shortcuts around some of the ways I'm doing it or something. But basically, now that we have the background in there, now we're going to go ahead and start working on creating our custom background. So you swing around. Now I'm going to try to do this with one hand. It's very difficult and it's probably a little shaky, and I apologize for that. But basically we're going to need to use the selection tool, and you need to select the whole entire picture. We're going to need to come in here, go edit, and copy. This basically will copy it so that we have the same size for our new project. When you go to File, New, it's going to start it off in those dimensions that we need. Focus here. In those dimensions that we're going to need for the background and everything. You can probably change the resolution here to probably 300. It might improve the quality on your phone. I haven't really tried it, but it's a possibility. Hit OK, it brings up this version of it and everything. We're going to want to throw in a new layer. So we're throwing in a new layer here. We're going to go ahead and edit and paste in that one. So let's go ahead and minimize that out of the way. So now we have this version that we can work with a little bit better. So now we have two layers over here. This other layer over here, let's focus again. We want to actually build a new layer that's got maybe the background color that we're actually going to use. So say we're going to use black. So let's come up here and let's add in a layer. So we're going to throw in a new fill layer, solid color. Okay. And we're going to make it black. Bam. So that adds in that black layer back behind it. If you kind of make it away, you got the black layer that's the same size as the iPhone. But we need this to be able to see where the apps are at, and we're going to need to come over to that layer right here, and we come over here to the opacity, and we want to drop that down. That's so that we can see what we're working with behind it. I usually drop it down around to the 40-ish percentage, and that kind of drops down the thing here. It's kind of hard to tell because it's a black on black background, but that basically brings down the opacity of the apps here so that I can see behind them and everything and be able to kind of do some work. Alright, so I created another layer here. It helps if you name them too, it kind of goes a little faster, but this is just layer 3 for now. But I created another layer so I can start adding some images on top. Now for this video, I just kind of doing a little quick and easy kind of thing. I threw in a brush here, it's like a handprint. And say you just want to slap it here in between, you can slap some in here, slap some down here and everything. And this way it's kind of in between the apps and stuff. And you just got some handprints. And there you go. And then if you want to add other things, just add another layer and then start adding things. It kind of helps for later in the process when you want to test it out and make sure it works properly to be able to rearrange stuff if you need to, if you have them all in different layers. And then if you go over here and we can preview it without it, and right like that, it doesn't look like anything. There's a couple little handprints here and there, but once you throw it onto your iPhone, and it kind of fills in those spots here. So now off camera, I'm going to throw in a couple of little things and then kind of show you what it ends up looking like at the end. Alright, so I threw in some more handprints, I threw in some scratches here, a little symbol there and everything. So then once you have this and everything, then all you want to do is you want to come over to here, and we're going to get rid of that other layer. So that way all it is what you've created here, that we don't have the apps in the way when you actually go to save it for your wallpaper and everything. Now I have like an old version of Photoshop, so it may vary in different versions of how to do some of these steps and stuff, but a lot of it's still kind of similar. So now once you have it, like this and everything, you just want to save it as a GIF file or JPEG file, and then email it to yourself and then download it from your phone. So it helps if you have like an email account set up on your iPhone, and then you can just kind of download it through your iPhone. Okay, so once you've saved it and everything, you can email it to yourself, you download it on your phone. It'll be in your camera roll. You just simply go into your camera roll. On that left side of the picture, it's got the option, to bring up, and then you can set it as wallpaper. Make sure you do not move it or scale it anyways, otherwise it's going to throw off your settings the way you have it aligned with the apps and everything. So just hit set, do not do any moving or scaling. So that version that I did was just kind of a real basic one, by slapping some brushes together. So that's kind of good for maybe some of you who aren't really good with Photoshop and stuff, just kind of being able to use the outline of where the apps are positioned, throwing in some brushes that you already have preset, or maybe even adding in some colors or some designs that you want to draw in there using your mouse and stuff. If you're a little bit better with Photoshop, there's a lot more opportunities that you can do with the backgrounds and stuff. I created a Super Mario Brothers background that I'm going to show you guys right here. So there you go. If you're pretty good with Photoshop, you can probably create that kind of stuff by just adding in different layers and throwing stuff in. But if you have no idea what you're doing in Photoshop, link down below. Just insert that into your Safari on your phone or on your computer or whatever. And I got some pre-made ones for you guys to go ahead and download, and you can use those ones. So there you go. There's some cool tips on how to create your own custom wallpapers for your iPhone or iPod Touch. If you guys end up creating your own and everything, I would love it if you guys take a screenshot and show me what you guys created, based on what I taught you guys and stuff. Or if even maybe you've created your own based on knowledge that you've already known. Just either follow me on Twitter and do a little at Chris_chaos_TV, and do a little twit pic or whatever, or maybe even in a private message here on YouTube, send me a link to maybe like your photo bucket image of it or something. But I'm Christopher Chaos. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later. See ya.